Thank you so much to our Honorable Chief Minister. Not just a politician of unflinching integrity, he's definitely a man of letters and culture. I would now request Mr. Chawla to take over for the question and answer session.
Thank you, Mr. Chief Minister. As usual, you are a man of few words, but you have said so many things about literature. We have formally congratulated you already. When you took over, everybody thought Odisha was a poor state, underdeveloped state. During the past 20 years, you have converted into a developing state. In the next fifth term, which you are doing, what is your vision for the fifth year, from poor to developing then?
In the past few terms, we've achieved certain standards for our people. Now, we intend to even achieve more in this next 5 years. We have started a program of 5 T's for transformation and also Mo Sarkar program.
Good, that's a vision very clear. I think, what is the magic behind your success story? Is it Naveen magic, or you got some invisible team which is working under your directions?
We have an excellent team of officers and other people, MLAs, politicians, all of whom have always worked hard for this transformation.
You have got a team which is invisible, in fact. There's nobody, because you are also, you don't speak much and your officers are not visible. So you believe in people who are invisible but deliver.
Yes, indeed.
But one thing is very thing, that people see only Virat Kohli in this state. There is only one Virat Kohli, who is Mr. Naveen Patnaik. And he's hitting sixes after sixes. So you are the Virat Kohli of Odisha. That is what people feel like. Nobody else is visible. Everybody else seems to be working on their own way.
Well, as I said, they're not working in their own way. This team works on certain ideals for our progress.
Mr. Patnaik, other thing is that there was a bitter election at that time happened. And after the bitter election, now I find that both you, as a development man, people call you in the city, and Modi, you have better chemistry between both of you. Mr. Prime Minister Modi and you have a better chemistry in terms of issues.
It was not a bitter election, really. And we have always believed in constructive cooperation with the central government. And therefore, we expect their help in the state, and we support whatever's constructive and creative.
What people are now discussing about many things that you are doing, like you had made Odisha as the sports capital of the world, because you were the first state where you had a world hockey competition. You are organizing so many other things also. Why emphasis on sports?
We had decided to give great emphasis and expenditure on sports, because sports is investment in youth, and youth is investment in the future. And we said, and we certainly hope that Odisha in the future will produce sports persons of Olympic standards.
I think you are the one Chief Minister who has done many things out of the boxes. For example, you abolished Guard of Honor. You were the first Chief Minister to abolish the Guard of Honor. And you also renamed your Sachivalaya as the Lok Sevak Bhavan. What is the philosophy behind these two things?
Things like the Guards of Honor, etc., were the legacy of the colonial Raj. And to rename the Secretariat as Lok Seva Bhavan is to show that we're a people-centric government.
It's a good thing because earlier, like in Delhi also, it was known as 7 Race Course Road. Modi also said it Lok Seva Road, that is changed it to it. Other thing which I think when you said you have a better understanding now, there is one controversial issue which will happen now. There's a political division happening in this country on the abolition of 370 and 35A. I know you have a past connection with Kashmir, it seems. Your mother came from Kashmir, it seems. What do you think? Modi Sahib has done a right thing because you're not spoken on the subject. 370 and 35A should have been abolished long ago, or it is right direction?
There's been discussion on those acts for a long time. My belief is that along the Pakistan border, we should see great development, particularly for Jammu and Kashmir. And we seem to be on that path.
Does it mean that 370 is in that path, development, abolition of 370 is meant more development for Jammu and Kashmir?
I certainly hope that it will mean more development work in those areas.
So in a way, should I take that you're supporting the abolition of 370 and 35A?
In a way, yes.
You're not saying no, but that's all. It's a guess. Obviously, we can guess he's supporting it. That's what I'm saying it. You have changed many things, but I'm coming back to the personal things because you are the person who much is not known about him. A lot of things are happening, modernization and whatnot. I saw you just coming in a car, Maruti model, which Maruti itself had stopped producing. Do you want to upgrade yourself or not, or rebuild in that same car?
I'm very comfortable in that car and I'll use it as long as it's usable.
A tall man sitting in a small car, that is what is happening. You've written 2 books in the past as well. You are a good writer. You have a thinking capacity which we can read after that. One was the book on herbal plants and whatnot, other was your poetry. Because of your writing flair, would have anywhere occurred in your mind that you should become a journalist as well?
I did write 3 books in the past. That was before I entered politics. And let's see in the future, after my retirement, I'll certainly think about it.
No, the question is, now you say after you retire, you think about it. That is a question different later. But are you thinking of writing your autobiography after so much experience?
I haven't thought about that, no.
You haven't thought yet?
No.
You're not saying no either?
No.
I will have a copyright on writing your autobiography on that. Other question which is coming to my mind, that you said you got invisible team. Every leader always believes in creating teams after team. Have you ever thought of creating some kind of a team which ultimately becomes your successful successor?
I believe that the people of our state will choose the successor at the right time.
You are against the culture of choosing the successor. You are against the culture of choosing your own successor.
No, I don't believe in that.
All other personal questions arise there, that you must be watching films, Hollywood or Bollywood. Do you have any favorite actor or actresses which you admire?
I truly don't have much time to watch films or television.
You stop watching films and television. But still, in the past memory, can you admire in the past actors or actors, anybody who's a favorite?
Many of them in the past, I can't remember at the moment.
Do you remember any good author? You are a good reader, I know, you read books. Any good author, if you can name, which you admire as the author, that is the book which young people sitting here should read about that.
Well, I think amongst Odia authors, Fakir Mohan Senapati is very fine. And there are numerous English authors which will take too long to name.
Other thing, since you don't want to name any successor, when I can ask you, can you tell us about something? Who is your favorite sports person? which is a non-political question.
I think the captain of our cricket team.
Do you have any favorite political leader? Other than your father, of course.
I can't think of one for the present, no.
Somebody asked question, we asked people to give us a question. We got 107 questions. I can't ask all of them. One person asked me, young person, he says, we have been looking at Mr. Patnaik for the past few years, 7 years. Ask him one question about secret of his fitness. He looks the same 7 years ago, even now. What is the success of your fitness? Do you look the same?
I exercise twice a day, and I keep an eye on my diet.
So your fitness what? You eat less, you speak less, I know, but eating less.
I eat less, and as I said, I also do exercises in the morning and in the evening.
You do some exercises? You do some exercise. Other thing which I've been watching for the last 35 years now, I want to ask you, sometime as an individual you have been loner at the moment, and as a human being, what makes you laugh and smile?
I suppose like anyone else, when a good joke is cracked or something of sense of humor is said.
Last question I'll ask you, and one question I think, what is the message you would like to give to the young students and people sitting here? Any message you would like to give them?
I think for the young students, it should be that besides working for their self, they should also try and work for the deprived people in society.
And what is the challenge you are likely to face now in terms of Chief Minister, not political challenge. I'm talking about any challenge you see where you expect the people to cooperate with you. The challenge Mr. Naveen Patnaik.
I hope that people will cooperate with us for the development and progress of the state and also for our fight against poverty.
Thank you very much. Mr. Patnaik, give a big applause to him. Thank you for coming here. Thank you for this.